is Valley News Live at 4.
Well, new at 4, 2 people have minor injuries after a car crash in Moorhead just before 1 o'clock this afternoon. Now, Moorhead police say the driver was on her way to a nearby business for an oil change when she lost control on the icy road and slid off of Highway 10. The vehicle crashed into a road sign and went into a cement culvert where it flipped and landed upside down. The woman and one passenger received minor injuries, and police say the vehicle is likely totaled. Well, taking a look at our sky cam right now, Summer, it is very white out there and we're experiencing a little bit of blowing snow. What do you have for us on this first alert weather day?
Yeah, thank you, Bobby. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We've been experiencing periods of low visibility across the Red River Valley. Here in Fargo, hasn't been too terrible in terms of visibility, but that's just in town. Outside of town could be a different story. That first alert weather day does continue for tonight with some falling snow, but more so blowing snow of what's already on the ground. Check this out. Here's another crash this afternoon. I-94 westbound. This was near Jamestown. A semi sliding off and jackknifing into the median there. And here was a video sent in. We'll take this one full screen. I-94 out towards New Salem. That's in western North Dakota. Thank you to Patrick for sharing that video with us. So if you need to travel tonight, be sure to take things slow. Here's what we're looking at for road conditions tonight. Gusty winds will continue, 40+ mile-per-hour gusts leading to that blowing snow, and roads are slick and icy. They have been for several days, and this fresh layer of light new snow has only added to the slickness. So slow down and be safe if you're traveling this evening. Right now, satellite and radar showing a few light snow showers right through the Central Valley, but check out these wind gusts. Gusting out of the north to 33 miles per hour in Grand Forks right now, 26 mile-per-hour gusts in Fargo, gusting to 31 out in Jamestown, and that brings reduced visibility across the entire Red River Valley. Fargo currently seeing one of the lower areas of visibility right around 1 mile. Bobby, this is going to continue tonight, and guess what? We have another round of snow on the way for tomorrow. But first, we want to take a look at some road conditions, right? What's it looking like for travelers tonight? Yeah, right now, taking a look at our road conditions, Summer, thank you. We're mainly seeing two colors, purple and yellow. I-94 west from Fargo and going all the way to Jamestown, we're seeing continuous ice as well as packed snow on the roadways. And of course, there's that blowing snow as well. And packed snow is being seen from I-29 all the way until about halfway to Hillsboro. Then you'll hit the purple, which is where we're seeing light snow, and Grand Forks all the way up to the border is experiencing scattered snow as well as scattered ice. New at 4, doctors and healthcare professionals could disclose a patient's personal health information as part of their defense to avoid prosecution for performing abortions. That's according to the opinion of North Dakota Attorney General Drew Wrigley. Now, Wrigley's opinion on the matter comes as Representatives Zachary Ista of Grand Forks and Representative Carla Hansen requested Wrigley's opinion on statutes governing abortion. In Wrigley's opinion, he said, quote, although the patient's protected health information may not be required to prove an affirmative defense in all cases, it is reasonable to anticipate some defendants would need to disclose a patient's PHI to satisfy the elements of one or more affirmative defenses under the statute. Now, North Dakota's abortion ban is currently on hold because of a lawsuit, and it makes the procedure illegal except in cases of rape or incest or when the life of the mother is in danger. Doctors would have to prove those exceptions in court in order to be cleared of a Class C felony. Well, oil and gas mineral rights owned by North Dakota have seen an increase as their value is now around $2.8 billion. That's an 18% increase from last year. That's according to an appraisal released today. Now, the increase comes largely from strong oil and natural gas prices and sustained production over the past year. 9,000 wells in which the state holds an interest were examined. North Dakota received a record $464 million in royalties from state-owned minerals, including a high of $55 million in July. Now, the new valuation considers a variety of components, including oil and gas prices and the decline expected in a well's production over the next several decades.
And Matthew King, the deputy that ran in a continuous race for Cass County Sheriff and lost, will not be reappointed to the department. Cass County Sheriff Jesse Johnner says Deputy Matt King will not receive an appointment for 2023, and every employee of the Sheriff's Department is up for reevaluation annually, and Johnner says King does not fit the mission of the Sheriff's Office. King has worked in law enforcement since 2011. His last day with the department will be December 31st. CBS News is projecting the Republican Party has secured the 218 seats needed to win the majority in the House. GOP House members say they plan to investigate the Biden administration. Meanwhile, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi revealed plans for her political future, saying she will continue to serve San Francisco as a House member, but she will not run for a leadership post next Congress. Natalie Brand has more.
Never would I have thought that someday I would go from homemaker to House Speaker.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced she's stepping down from leadership when Republicans take control of the chamber next year.
With great confidence in our caucus, I will not seek re-election to Democratic leadership in the next Congress.
Pelosi, now 82, became the nation's first woman to hold the Speaker's gavel in 2007. She's led House Democrats for nearly 20 years.
For me, the hour's come for a new generation to lead the Democratic caucus that I so deeply respect. And I'm grateful that so many are ready and willing to shoulder this awesome responsibility.
One-party Democrat rule in Washington is finished. We have fired Nancy Pelosi.
House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy, who's campaigning to become Speaker of the House next session, appeared on Fox News Wednesday night and said that oversight of the Biden administration will be at the top of their agenda.
The Biden administration has answered none of our requests for information regarding the Biden family or the financial transactions they engaged in.
We're committed to getting to the truth, the facts. We think that's what the American people are entitled to.
The GOP win of the House sets the stage for a divided Congress, but with slim majorities in both the House and Democratic-controlled Senate.
The yeas are 62, the nays are 37.
In a move to finish end-of-the-year business, Senate Democrats and 12 Republicans advanced a measure Wednesday which would codify same-sex and interracial marriages into federal law. The bill was proposed after the Supreme Court overturned decades-old precedent on abortion.
The question of passage is not about if, but when.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says lawmakers will work on reaching an agreement to take a final vote as soon as possible.
Lawmakers are hoping to pass an elections reform bill that would prevent future presidential candidates from obstructing the electoral vote process. Well, it could be back to the bargaining table pretty soon for Minnesota nurses. They say promises that their employers have made have not been kept despite a 3-day strike earlier this year. Nurses with the Minnesota Nurses Association announced the next steps in what they call the fight for fair contracts and to put patients before profits. Now, the announcement comes as 15,000 nurses in the Twin Cities and Twin Ports have been back at work for 2 months since the historic 3-day strike in September. The union's 15,000 nurses will vote on November 30th to authorize the strike at 15 hospitals. And North Dakota played a large part in Artemis 1's mission's success. NDSU is one of 7 university teams developing design ideas to help NASA advance and execute its Artemis program objectives. UND is one of the few universities in the world to offer space flight training. It is also the first university to operate a NASA-funded laboratory dedicated to designing and making space suits. And UND's Space Studies Department chair has devoted 3 decades to space engineering research. The Great American Smokeout is today, and health officials all around are encouraging people who use nicotine and tobacco products to make it their final quit date. A recent behavioral risk study shows that 15% of North Dakota residents use tobacco, while the national average is just below that at 14%. Experts say the most effective way to quit smoking is to make a quit plan. On average, it takes 8 attempts for the average smoker to finally quit. Even if you quit for a day or quit for a week, the less and less you do it, you can cut down on your nicotine habit, it's the better for your health. Tobacco and nicotine users can also seek help by enrolling in ND Quits or by calling 1-800-QUIT-NOW. Well, you and tickets for Taylor Swift's new tour may never be getting together. That's right, according to Ticketmaster, the public on sale for the tour, which was scheduled for tomorrow, has been canceled, and it's due to, quote, extraordinarily high demands on ticketing systems and insufficient remaining ticket inventory to meet that demand. Ticketmaster has not yet announced a backup plan for the public on sale. Hundreds of thousands of tickets were sold during the pre-sale, but many fans were stuck in a queue for several hours with thousands of people ahead of them in line. And the Skate Shack is in. The transformation at Broadway Square to make it into Fargo's Winter Wonderland is happening. Officials say they can't wait to skate to your heart's content this year. And they also thank the Fargo Parks team for all of their hard work to make the square magical this season.